What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and in today's video we have another easy shiny hunting location for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. In today's episode, we're going to have 8 different species of Pokemon that we are going to be able to shiny hunt in this location. And of course, guys, if you like this types of content, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. So to begin, we're going to be in Zapapico, but this time on the west side. Previously, we covered the east side, but the west side is really good, has a bunch of different Pokemon compared to the east side. So we're going to be doing a town reset method. If you don't know what a town reset is, it's very simple. This is the edge of the town. We walk out here. We're in the passage. We walk back. We just keep resetting the spawns like this. Super fast and super easy. So how to set this up is, one, we're going to obviously save our game in the beginning here. Always want to save your game, is always important, just in case you make a mistake with your sandwich or you don't get the shiny in 30 minutes. You can just reload your save. You're going to be good to go. Now that we have our safety save made, we are just going to set up a picnic here. And there's a lot of different types of Pokemon, and most of these hunts I'm going to be showcasing here are going to be isolated hunts. I think town resets are perfect for isolated hunts, but if the hunt isn't isolated, I don't necessarily want to show it off unless it's in special cases. So our first sandwich hunt is going to be a nighttime exclusive hunt because it is currently nighttime in my game. So we're going to begin with a poison type sandwich. And I'm going to be using a shortcut method for this, which is going to be 1 set of noodles and then 2 salties. But you could also use the cucumber pickle method with 3 green bell peppers and pretty much any 2 herba mystica to make this same type of sandwich as well. There we go. We got sparkling title encounter level 3 for poison type Pokemon. And to begin this hunt, we're just going to start with a nice town reset. And we're going to be hunting Gastly and Haunter here. As you can see, we get cluster spawns of these. And the spawns can appear in front of us, to our right, to our left, and even up on there. Now, Gastly is actually going to be a really easy shiny to spot. Instead of its usual colors, it's going to be more of like this reddish color to it and like this blue gas around it. To tell shiny Haunter, its mouth is going to be blue instead of the normal pink. And the purple on is going to be a little bit different. But it's going to be way easier to tell for Gastly. And most likely get a shiny Gastly. But to do a town reset hunt, super simple. As you can see, we just walk in out of the town and we don't see the shiny. You're just going to go back in, reset the spawns, and we're just going to keep doing this for 30 minutes. Now I have the shiny charm and the shiny sandwich, which means I'm going to have really good odds of getting the shiny. However, that doesn't guarantee I'll get the sandwich, the shiny in a sandwich or 2. But, you know, it does increase your odds a lot. So if you have both of these things going on, there is a good chance you'll probably get it within 1 sandwich. But if you don't, then, well, that's just RNG sometimes. Well, it took us a while, but we actually ended up getting a shiny Haunter right here. You can see blue mouth, very obvious. You just got to make sure you check on the mouth. And there we go. Our shiny Haunter is here. Big blue tongue. I got to say, though, shiny Haunter and shiny Gastly are going to be a lot better than shiny Gengar. So I would only evolve them if you're going for like a shiny dex or a shiny living dex. But there we go. And now we can move on to our next shiny hunt. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going to be going for a fairy type sandwich. I'm going to be using the shortcut method with a tomato and 2 salties, but of course you can use cucumber pickle and 3 tomatoes and pretty much any 2 herba mysticas too. Now we have sparkling title encounter level 3 for fairy type Pokemon and ready to begin this hunt. So we're gonna be getting Tinkatuffs with this method, and Tinkatuff is the middle evolution of the Tink line, and it is a steel and fairy type Pokemon. I will say you do not want to hunt this with a steel type sandwich, as it is not an isolated hunt, and you'll get Magmamites and Magmatons appearing alongside it. So the shiny for this is going to be pretty obvious. Instead of that steel hammer, we're going to be getting a bronze looking hammer. So it's going to be very golden. It's going to stick out. Now you may notice we get a couple of Rufflets spawning because those are town spawns. So you won't necessarily get the full 15, but as you can see, you're going to be getting a lot of spawns from on your left and on your right for this Tinkatuff. And the shiny is going to be, like I said, pretty easy to notice. So if you are trying to hunt this with the shiny sandwich and shiny charm, it'll probably just take you a sandwich or 2. Now for our next hunt, we're going to be making a dark type sandwich by using a smoked fillet, 1 salty, and 1 sweet. Now this isn't an isolated hunt, but the hunt is still very good to get a shiny Sneasel, so we're going to cover it. And there we go. We got sparkling title encounter level 3 for dark type Pokemon and ready to begin this hunt. Now I will say with this hunt for shiny Sneasel, it's going to be very important that you do it during the day. If you do it at night, you will be getting Honchkrow Murkrows here, which I would not recommend to hunt because we also get Lokix spawning with a dark type sandwich. But the thing I like about this hunt is the Sneasels are a cluster spawn and the Lokix are individual. So you're about to get 2 good clusters of Sneasels pretty much every time, and then you'll have a couple of Lokix filling in. Now the Sneasel shiny is going to be very obvious. They are going to be pink, and Lokix is going to be like a golden color too, but you can actually isolate shiny hunt Lokix here as well. So I would not use a dark type sandwich to hunt Lokix in this area. You also do get some individual spawns for Sneasel as well too. So there is just 2 really big factors of getting Sneasel here, which is why I think this is a good shiny hunt for shiny Sneasel in this location. As I mentioned before, you have the shiny sandwich and shiny charm. Good chance you'll probably get this within a sandwich or 2. And it took us about 16 minutes, but there we go. Shiny Sneasel, very obvious shiny. And we got a male, which is my personal favorite of the 2. Now, you can tell the difference between male and female shiny Sneasel by the feather in their hair, or I guess that is technically just their long ear. But there you go. Shiny Sneasel. And let's move on to the next shiny hunt. And speaking of Lokix, you can shiny hunt for Lokix with a bug type sandwich using a cherry tomato and 2 salties. This is a recipe I actually recommend not doing the long method and doing the shortcut because it's near impossible to make a sandwich with triple cherry tomatoes on it. And there we have Sparkling Title Encounter level 3 for bug type Pokemon. Now Lokix shiny is going to be very obvious. Instead of the usual black color on it, it is going to be golden like a locust, like the actual insect. So this is going to be a relatively easy hunt. I mean, since it's the only Pokemon that spawns here, you will get 15 spawns of the locust, but they'll come in from behind you up on the rock here, and they'll come in on your right, and they'll come on your left. You can actually also get some snoms coming in here too, which can be a little bit annoying at times, but mostly it's going to be Lokix with a bug type sandwich here. You sometimes also get the town spawns like the Rufflet, but we're going to be seeing that quite often for most of these too. But if you want a shiny hunt for Lokix, well, this is going to be one of the better spots in the game to do it. Now for our next sandwich, we are going to be making a ground type sandwich, and we're going to be able to hunt for Mudsdale with that. So we're going to be able to use 1 ham and 2 salties for this sandwich. There you go. We got Sparkling Title Encounter Power level 3 for ground type Pokemon and ready to begin this hunt. So this was going to be one of the easier hunts, as we're going to be getting cluster spawns of Mudbray with a leader Mudsdale. Sometimes you do get individual Mudbray, so you're most likely to get Mudbray from this. They can spawn all around you too. The ideal spawn is getting the clusters, of course, but luckily the shiny for these are very obvious. They're going to be more of an orange color for both of them, so you just got to pay attention for a bright looking little donkey or horse, and you should be able to get this shiny within a sandwich or 2 with this shiny hunting method. And we got a runner for a shiny right here. I had to make sure, but that took us less than 5 minutes to get. I was making sure though, like, because if the Pokemon starts running, they could despawn themselves. So you see shiny that is running, make sure to go ahead and approach it and get that shiny. But there we go, shiny Mudbray. Easy peasy. And let's move on to our next shiny hunt. Next up, we have a flying type sandwich, which is going to be 1 prosciutto and 2 salties. And now we have Sparkling Title Encounter level 3 for flying type Pokemon. And with this sandwich, we're going to be able to shiny hunt for Rufflet. Now Rufflet, we're going to be able to get an easy 15 spawns, as they are both a town spawn and a field spawn here. Once again, they'll be to our right and to our left. Shiny Rufflet is going to be a brown shiny, so you just got to look at these bodies, be like, okay, are they brown? It's a little bit harder to tell because they are small, so you're going to be quite vigilant when you're doing this hunt here. Rufflets are rather common spawn, so there is a lot of different locations where you can potentially hunt this if you're not a big fan of this spot, but you will get 15 spawns here, which is going to be really nice and convenient if you want to do a town reset for this Pokemon. And now let's move on to our next shiny hunt. For our next shiny hunt, we're going to be making a fire type sandwich, and we're using 1 piece of basil, 1 salty, and 1 sweet. There we go. We got Sparkling Title Encounter level 3 for fire type Pokemon. And with this hunt, we're going to be able to get Pyroar and Litleos, both male and female Pyroars. So let's start with the reset, go into the field, and we're going to be able to get cluster spawns. So the clusters that we're going to be able to get is going to be both of the Pyroars and Pyroar and Litleo. Sometimes you get just straight up Pyroars showing up, which is pretty cool, honestly. They do show up to our left. They can show all the way up to the right. They can show up on the hill as well. So you want to make sure that you look up here and see if you get a shiny. Now the shinies for these guys, they're going to be pretty obvious. Instead of that dark brown color on their skins, and as we just mentioned that yes, we can get a full Pyroar, all females, and then one male one. But the shiny is going to be very obvious. The dark brown is going to be replaced with like a light brown color, similar to like the other fur color that it normally has. And this is one that has a different male and female form. So I actually do recommend trying to hunt for it. You can actually get a Flareon and a Scovillain appearing over here too. But because the Pyroars are such a dominant individual and the cluster spawn, you wouldn't have to really worry about getting those as a shiny. I would not recommend trying to get like Scovillain as a shiny here. As you can see, we're still getting tons of Pyroars, even with the Flareon and Scovillain. So there you go. Hopefully you'll get this shiny within a sandwich or two. Now for the last shiny hunt I want to show off here, you can do a fighting type sandwich with a pickle and 2 salties. And now we have Sparkling Title Encounter for fighting type Pokemon. And with this sandwich, we're going to be able to get Pawmi cluster spawns, everyone's favorite little electric rodent for Gen 9. And you're going to get Pawmis and Pawmont. Now the shinies for these are very obvious. They're going to be like a hot, bright pink color to them, which is, so it's going to be super easy to see for both for Pawmi and Pawmo here. Now, because we are hunting in the daytime, you can actually get Gallade to spawn with a fighting type sandwich as a rare spawn. I would not recommend trying to shiny hunt Gallade using this method, but it is a Pokemon that can appear, so don't be too surprised if you're doing it during the daytime. At nighttime, I don't believe Gallade can spawn because the whole Ralts line is a daytime only spawn, so there you go with that. And that's going to be our last hunt for this video, but I will mention here that there is a Psychic type sandwich that you can make, which you can see here. And the Psychic type sandwich, because I'm not covering it, will have the Fiddle line and Spoink line, but because they're so divided, it is really just not a good isolated hunt to show, or even a hunt where it's like one's really strong. They're both about 50-50. Same with the Electric sandwich. You'll be getting Pawmis and Pawmots here, but you'll also be getting Magnemite and Magneton, so keep that in mind too. So I don't think that's a good split either. I think you're just better off going in other areas for each one. But there you go. We got a couple of Gallades here. Like I said, once you get a couple Gallades, you can get up to like 5 because they really pretty much are the individual spawn here, while the Pawmis are the cluster spawns. So maybe you'll get lucky and get a shiny Gallade. That would be pretty cool as well, but I wouldn't count on it in this spot. But there we go. That is all the shinies that you can hunt in this spot for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And of course, if you enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And let me know in the comment section below or my Discord channel if you have any cool shiny hunting spots I have not covered on the channel yet. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.